5 silent signs your body is in danger, even if you feel perfectly fine. Hey there, I'm Dr. Race, and you might feel perfectly fine right now. But one of these 5 silent signs can mean that your body is in danger, in terrible danger actually, and is already breaking down. Most people ignore them until it's too late. Catching them early can stop serious damage before it starts. And stay with me because the last warning sign might be the most dangerous of all. It's one that even doctors miss frequently. Number 1. Waking up tired despite a full night's sleep. Imagine this. You set aside a solid 8 hours of sleep, but when morning comes, you feel like you've barely closed your eyes. The alarm rings and you hit snooze, exhausted, over and over again until you're late for work. You might blame stress or getting older, but consistently waking up tired despite sleeping enough is a silent red flag. It's easy to overlook. After all, everyone feels tired sometimes, right? Well, wrong. If this is happening all the time, this is actually not normal and you need to pay attention. One culprit here could be sleep apnea, a condition that silently disrupts your sleep quality. Sleep apnea briefly stops you from breathing at night without you knowing, leaving you groggy and drained in the next day. You might not remember waking up, but those oxygen drops that cause you to wake up during nights are straining your body over time. Untreated sleep apnea raises your blood pressure and stresses your heart. In fact, it spikes your risk of heart attack and strokes due to the repeated low oxygen. It's like someone is choking you while you are sleeping. Feeling foggy every morning can also stem from an underactive thyroid gland. A sluggish thyroid slows your metabolism, and constant fatigue is a common symptom. Even low iron, which is anemia, can hide behind fatigue. 8 hours of rest won't help you if your blood can't carry enough oxygen to keep you awake. While these conditions are chronic, the symptoms often start subtly. If you feel wiped out, but shrug it off and start reaching for more and more cups of coffees, don't ignore this whisper from your body. If you wake up tired day after day, talk to your doctor. It might be the earliest hint of a serious issue that you can now fix rather than wait until it causes real damage. And that one catches a lot of people off guard. But the next sign might be even more visible and even more dangerous. It's number 2, easy bruising without any clear reason. Picture this, you're brushing your hand against a doorknob lightly only to find a huge bruise blooming on your skin the next day. Or you wake up with mysterious purple marks and no memory of bumping into anything. It's easy to say, I must have knocked into something, no big deal. We often laugh it off, like bruises are just a sign of clumsiness. But if you're bruising at the slightest touch or have large bruises you can't explain, your body might be warning you. As we age, skin gets thinner and blood vessels more fragile, so a bit of bruising is normal. But frequent unexplained bruises can signal a deeper issue. Your body's ability to clot might be impaired. Sometimes this happens from medications like blood thinners or even aspirin. Other times it's a sign of nutrient deficiency. Low vitamin C or K can weaken capillaries. More gravely, easily bruising can hint at a blood clotting disorder or blood disease. For instance, platelet issues, the cells that help your body clot. Or even certain cancers like leukemia can make you bruise with minimal force. These conditions often start subtly. A bruise here, a bruise there, until it clicks that you are covered in spots. By the time people realize something's wrong, the underlying issue could have progressed immensely, silently affecting your blood and organs. Bruises are literally blood leaks under your skin. If your body is leaking blood from minor bumps, ask why. It might whisper that your blood isn't clotting as it should. Don't ignore this, especially if bruises are large, frequent, or seem to come up out of nowhere. A quick checkup and a blood test can rule serious issues out and give you peace of mind. If this sounds familiar, talk to your doctor. Bruises can be dismissed as clumsiness until they are not. Now, you might hide a bruise under a long sleeves, but sign number 3 is something you might be hiding under your belt, and it hints closer to the heart. Growing waistline with a stable weight. Susan, steps on the scale and checks the number. It's the same one as last year. Relieved, she thinks, "Ooh, my weight is steady. That's amazing." But why do her jeans keep getting tighter? Many people notice their waistband squeezing even though their weight hasn't changed. If your belt suddenly needs a looser notch while your weight is stable, it's not just getting older or shrinking clothes. It could be a silent but dangerous shift. You might be trading muscle for belly fat. We often call it the middle age spread and laugh it off, especially if the scale doesn't budge. But a growing waistline when weight is unchanged means your body composition is changing, and not in a good way. It usually is an increase in visceral fat, the fat wrapping around your bodies deep inside your abdomen. You can't pinch this fat, it lies beneath firm abdominal wall, and it's far from harmless. In fact, visceral belly fat is strongly linked to higher risk of serious health issues. Even if your BMI is normal, a thicker waist raises your risk of high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and unhealthy cholesterol. It's a cornerstone of metabolic syndrome, a dangerous cluster of conditions that invite heart disease and diabetes. Medical experts have found that people who are skinny fat, normal weight, but high belly fat can have higher risk of heart disease and early death when compared to people who are obese but carry weight differently without excess intra-abdominal fat. The waistline is one of the best indicators of health risk. For women over 35 inches, for men over 40 inches can signal trouble. Why is this easily overlooked? Well, because we often focus on scale. If it doesn't move, we assume we are fine. Meanwhile, organ fat could be creeping up. Your belly might be whispering that your lifestyle, hormones like dropping estrogen in midlife, or diet need attention. Don't ignore an expanding weight. Take it seriously. Talk to your doctor or a nutritionist and consider checking for issues like insulin resistance. It's important to figure it out before it becomes something irreversible. Now, sign number 4 might seem simple, but it's one that can sneak up on you daily. Number 4 is persistent thirst. Do you carry a water bottle everywhere, constantly refilling, yet no matter how much you drink, your mouth always feels dry as a desert? It's not even a hot day. Does it sound familiar? Unquenchable thirst, known medically as polydipsia, is easily blown off by doctors and patients alike. You didn't drink enough water is what you assume, or you've been having too much salty food. But persistent thirst, the kind that never seems to be satisfied, is one of those subtle symptoms that people often tune out. They shouldn't. Your body is begging for water for a reason. The most common dangerous cause is not high salt, it's high blood sugar. Excess thirst is often the first whisper of type 2 diabetes. Here's why. When blood sugar builds up, your kidneys work overtime to dump the extra sugar into urine. This drags water out with it. You pee more and you get dehydrated. That makes you thirsty again and again and again in a vicious cycle that can go for months or years quietly. In fact, type 2 diabetes can develop so slowly that people can have it for years without knowing. You might feel fine apart from being a little bit thirsty and maybe even using the bathroom a little bit more. Meanwhile, that high blood sugar is corroding your blood vessels. Over time, undiagnosed diabetes can damage your eyes, your kidneys, your nerves, and your heart, truly breaking down your body from the inside. And until a major problem hits like blurry vision or serious infection, many people ignore the warning signs. Of course, I'm not saying that all types of thirst means diabetes. It could be other factors, but ongoing, unexplained thirst, especially if paired with frequent urination or fatigue, is definitely a red flag. Other silent causes for thirst include certain medications or even conditions called diabetes insipidus, unrelated to blood sugar, where your body can't conserve water. But by far, the biggest concern here is hidden diabetes or prediabetes. Don't ignore it. Get your blood sugar tested. It's quick and you could catch diabetes easily before serious harm is done. Your body is trying to get your attention. Listen to it and act. Who knew something as simple as thirst could signal such a serious condition? It's a classic example of small symptom with big implications. Now, the final silent sign is one that even doctors often miss because it hides in how you feel more than any lab test. It might be the most dangerous whisper of all. It's number 5, loss of pleasure or motivation, which can be called Anhedonia. Think about the activities that used to light you up: playing music, meeting friends, tinkering in the garage. Now imagine one day those things just don't spark joy anymore. You feel flat, unmotivated, like the color has drained out of your world. You're not in a physical pain, but you are in emotional pain. You're overtly sad, but you've lost the ability to enjoy life. This quiet despair is called anhedonia, a loss of pleasure and motivation. It's easy to overlook at first. You might call it burnout or think that you're just a little bit feeling off or you're not feeling very well lately. Friends might cheer you up by telling you to shake it off. But when weeks turn into months, this emotional numbness is a serious warning sign from your body and your mind. Loss of pleasure and motivation is often the hallmark of depression, and depression can be as physically dangerous as any disease. It's not just in your head. Chronic depression unleashes stress hormones that can raise blood pressure and heart rate. In fact, studies show that depression and heart disease feed into each other. Depression can significantly increase your risk of heart problems and worse outcomes. Even more, people go suffering and put on a brave face, and doctors keep focusing on physical issues while missing the signs that the patient doesn't voice. It's a silent erosion of your spirit and your health. The good news, this is treatable. Your joy can come back. The first step is recognizing that consistently feeling empty, unmotivated, and unable to enjoy anything for weeks is not just a phase. It's your body and brain waving a flag that something is wrong. Don't ignore this sign. Treat it as seriously as you would chest pain or a lump, because it has consequences that can be just as serious. Closing, let's quickly recap the 5 warning signs that your body might be giving you: exhaustion even after a full night's sleep, bruises that appear too easily, an expanding waistline despite steady weight, unquenchable thirst, and creeping loss of joy and drive. And one of these can be your body's quiet plea for help. The key is to notice. Don't wait until these whispers turn into screams. Now, if you liked this video, remember to subscribe so you can get more videos about how to fix those silent issues and even more issues that you don't know yet. Also, remember to give it a like and leave a comment below. Tell your experiences. I love reading all the comments, and I read all of them, and I give answers to your questions on the comments below. I thank you very much for watching, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye!